And welcome back, beautiful people. I'm your podcast accountability partner, Frankie Francis. That's your podcast accountability partner, Brian Francis. You guys know how we like to kick it off, man. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, there's no time like presently. So, for all of those with mouths and ears, can we have a moment of your time? Just 1 minute. We want to gain some perspective. Can we have a piece of your mind? What's going on, B?
Yo, how's it going, bro?
Man, it's going, man. The month of May is on. We're almost all the way through it, man. Almost
Yeah,
all the
true,
way through
true.
the month of May. Summertime almost here. The kids almost out of school. So in some
Yeah,
states, the kids are already out of school. You know what I mean?
bro.
I feel like summertime comes and it gets busier, right? Like there's a lot of things. I mean, I always have gripe when wintertime is here because I just don't like the cold. But the wintertime brings about a calm a bit, you know what I mean? People aren't moving around as much. It ain't as much hustle and bustle, but like now it's like the sun is out. I even feel more energized. I can't like no lie. I don't even want to be sitting in the house for real. Like just want to be moving like and
Yeah, that's one thing I really appreciate about I guess the warm weather months. That added sunlight, it does give you more energy. It does, propel you to like do more. I was thinking about that the other day too. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I was in the kitchen. I'm like, yo, maybe I should consider like moving to a state where it's like always warm.
yo, B man, I might jump right on that boat with you, man. Not like the business took off over here just yet, man. You know what I mean? Maybe I might just take
True.
it somewhere else, man. Let them know what I used to
Yeah,
do in Connecticut. I'm ready to do it out here, Florida, somewhere, man.
bro, go out down south or out west, not too
Yeah, I was
far
about to
west.
ask, B, if you could pick, where would you go, man? Give me like 3 states, man.
Three
I think I
states,
can think of
so
one already.
Florida,
Okay,
Texas,
that's the one I was thinking.
and third one. Let's see, it's nice, like warm. Well, North Carolina. You know what I mean? It'd be close to my mom.
Word, word. So I've been to Florida. I've been to North Carolina. The one I've never been to is Texas. So I mean, I don't know what you give me like something that was the most captive. Like what took you about Texas, man? What was it like? Give me some of the high points, man, about your visit there.
Hmm. But it feels different. Like when you go out there, like it's hot, but it's not like really humid. It's like a different type of heat. Uh, it feels
Like
nice.
drier heat.
Yeah, it's a little drier, but it's not like desert dry either. So it's like it's nice, like I don't know, like somewhere in between. But yeah, like
Okay.
the weather was nice. Um, it feels like it feels spacious, but not like to the point where everything's far away. Like if you go down south sometimes, like everything seems like miles apart from each other. But
Where
this
were
one
you
is
staying
like a
exactly?
oh, so I was in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So Dallas is like it's a city, so it has like its metropolitan area and stuff like that. And there's a lot to do out there. They have museums. There's like an arboretum, which is basically like a tree a tree museum. I guess you could consider it. Like they have different orchards and things like that. You could go visit, and you can see the different plant life that's growing in there, which is
Are these
nice.
things you actually done when you was there?
So I didn't get to go to the arboretum because the last time I went, my flight got like delayed or something, and my ticket was for a certain time. So I ended up missing out on that. I probably, if I wanted to, I probably could have gotten like an exchange or something, but I didn't really look into it. Um, but that's out there. There's a zoo. I think the zoo's in Dallas. If it's not in Dallas, it's in Arlington, which is like 30 minutes away. There's Six Flags out there. The Cowboy Stadium. Um, there's a lot of different restaurants to go eat.
So
The people are pleasant. Like
Okay, so when you went and when you went to visit, then it was mostly like as a tourist, and you was in more of a like a tourist spot. So you're almost kind of giving it from like a tourist perspective, like you're coming to visit perspective. Like there's a lot to do, but
Yeah,
like
it's really
is that
nice to
some place?
visit, but
Hmm?
oh well, I stayed in an Airbnb, right? So I was actually like in a residential area during my stay. So I got a taste of that too. Like, just driving around town and like, visiting the grocery store. Because like when I go out, I don't always want to go out to eat. Like, if I could
Yeah.
eat in the crib, I'll just eat in the crib.
So what was the prices like over there, man? If that's the
Oh
case, what was
yeah.
the prices like compared to Connecticut, compared to what you know home?
So compared to Connecticut, the pricing is definitely better. Like yeah, things are definitely more affordable out there. But figure the cost of living is probably a little lower. But I heard like there's like if you go to Dallas or Houston, there's no taxes on property, no property taxes. And then like for the size of the house that you're getting out there, like you're paying a lot less than you would over here. Like a
Yeah.
$300,000 house. Yeah, so like the
You
property
know
out
what,
there
B?
is more affordable too.
I think I remember you telling me when you came back, even you get more bang for your buck even when you go get a steak dinner or something like that. Like the
Yeah.
steak, the food, the portions are bigger or something like that, man. They feed you good.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Generous portions out there. People are nice. I don't know. It just felt like a real nice place to be. Like even when I wasn't doing anything, like it felt good. It was pretty chill.
Yeah.
I didn't have to necessarily go out to feel that peace over there. So that's one thing I actually did enjoy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
I
weather,
gotta go
the
visit
people,
Texas.
the food.
I feel like I
Yeah,
gotta go visit Texas, man. You know what, B? Honestly, B, me and you are like two peas in the pod. So I feel like if you could go out there and feel like, yo, this is a dope place, this is a nice place, the chances are I might go there and feel the same way. But I feel
yeah.
like
I
I'm
think
gonna
you would
take
like it
your
out
word
there.
for it, but ain't nothing but like experiencing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hey, so I I I know we just kind of got into talking, Brian and I. I know it seems like there's something missing here, of course, right? There's usually three of us. So our brother is here with us in spirit. Matter of fact, he encouraged us to make sure we get on the show and keep it going. He likes consistency. Consistency is one of Hector's biggest things. Unfortunately, he has family matters this week um, that he has to attend to. But Hector is where he is, and he landed well. And from what I last heard, at the moment everything is good. So he urged us to continue on, and here we are, man. We showed up as per usual with our brother spirit in here. Believe that, all right? So, B, man, what you got planned for the Memorial Day weekend, man? I think I heard you talking to Keyshawn something about a movie, man. Is something specific out right now, man?
Oh yeah,
How do you
so
guys? How do you celebrate, B? You know what? That's never really been one of our biggest thing, neither, man. It used to be like what? I mean, well, I used to do cookouts and stuff, right?
yeah, yeah. Like for the most part, like these federal holidays, I guess we ain't really too big on, except for I guess like Independence Day, right? 4th of July, everybody does cookouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get the
That's kind
fireworks
of the
and all
thing.
that.
Hmm. But yeah, Memorial Day, I want to get up, work out, um, take Keyshawn to the movies. The Garfield movie's out now. I think it just came out like a week ago or something.
Okay.
So yeah, go take them to see the Garfield movie. I want to take them to see. Anytime there's like a kids movie out, I want to take them. So I know in June, um, Inside Out 2 is coming out. That's a Disney Pixar movie.
I think I've seen
I
that one.
enjoyed I enjoyed the first one, so that one will be for both of us.
You know what? Be no lie, man. When my boys was Keyshawn age, taking them to the theaters was half for them, and it was half for me, man. And I feel like it'll still be that way if it like I don't know, man. I can't Disney movies, Pixar. I love all that shit. So I
Yeah, I
like
definitely
that
love the
done for the
first one.
adult.
So I definitely hope they could recapture some of that magic in part two.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they don't, because a lot of movie sequels they fail to they fail to deliver. So hopefully this ain't one of
Mm,
them. Well, I mean, in July, the Despicable Me 4 coming out. They're still making those.
Jesus Christ. Wow, man. Part 4.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen
So
part 3, bro.
yeah. So there's a
I
few
don't even
movies
think I've
for
seen
me
part
and Deshaun
3.
to see this summer.
All right.
I actually haven't seen the whole third one either. But yeah, aside from that, like I'm just chilling tomorrow. I'm gonna do some runs, get some deliveries. Do some Uber Eats deliveries, make a little bit of side money.
Okay. Yeah, you know what, B? I think our plans is kind of the same, man. You know what? If I could get up tomorrow, be my best self somewhere around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., like I've been doing all May, with some consistency, and go do some runs. I don't have any handyman work tomorrow, which is cool. I think the rest of the after I do some runs in the morning, get my workout in sometime in the morning. Um, After that, yo, if I get to go grill some burgers or something, man, I think it'll be. I'll call it a great day. Made some money, ate, man. It was a good day, man.
Yeah,
uh,
actually, grilling something don't sound bad at all. If the weather's nice, we could probably, you know, buy a pack of burgers or something. Why not?
yeah, yeah. You know what? Today turned out to be pretty nice. I heard about rain today, but it came down for a second, and the majority of the day was nice. So hopefully, I don't know. I kind of hoping for that tomorrow too, out here in Connecticut.
Yeah, yeah. Because this
That's
morning
what.
it looked a little ugly, but like after the sun came out, it just kind of stayed out.
Yeah, come through, son. Any day, come through, son. Yeah,
For real.
man. No, hey B. So on the accountability tip, man. Since we're moving into a new season, I've been noticing you kind of getting back into high gear, um, with your fitness and stuff like that. Uh, what are the plans already? Like, what are the plans right now? You got a numbers goal, like for weight. Is it are you on a specific kind of regimen or diet that you're trying to follow in particular now? Like,
Well, weight
how are you
wise,
how are you how are you feeling overall, man?
I mean, I feel pretty good, honestly. Like I got like back on it, probably going on a month now, and like I guess after a few weeks passed, like I'm really like dialed in. Like I feel like enthusiastic about getting up and working out. So I'm happy about that because like it seemed
That might
like
have
during the
something to do with the
winter,
sun too, bro.
yeah, maybe it was like during the winter, like I fell off like completely. Like I was getting up later. Like I wasn't really in the mood for it. So like now I feel like I'm like back in my groove. So I'm looking forward to looking forward to putting in the work, and I want to drop like 20 25 pounds. Like right now I'm at 202. So I figure if I get down to like 175, somewhere between 175 to 180, I'll feel really good because I think at my lowest I was at like 161, but I think I went a little too far, and I went
Yeah, yeah.
161. Yeah, like I was kind of skinny, and like there were days I was actually feeling a little weak. So I think I think
You know,
somewhere
B.
in the 170.
I noticed with me, like if I'm consistently working out but not really paying attention to, like, I don't know, my diet in particular, like, but in the summertime, like last summer I floated between 150 and 155. Wintertime come, I think I seen like 170, bro, like 172. And then I was kind of floating like between 160, 168. And then out of nowhere, like you, Beam, like my energy just came back. I just want to work out. And I, like, without even knowing it, I kind of fell right back into my intermittent fasting. Yo, bro, be like I feel like overnight, like I went from 168, and I don't watch my weight all the time. I don't watch it every day. You know what I mean? I'm not on the scale all the time, but the last time I got on the scale, I was saying, it was saying 168, and I felt like 168 for real. And more recently, when I got on, it was as low as like 161. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like I feel like it has a lot to do with the it does have a lot to do with the intermittent fasting, right? But I also been kind of like been more mindful about my portion control. Even when I'm not intermittent fasting, I'm like mindful about what time I'm stopping, stopping to eat, stopping at night and stuff like that. And I feel like that kind of helps when it's time to get like back into my conditioning, because to me that's like a crazy drop, 7 pounds like in like less than a week. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But I feel pretty good too, man. Feel lively. I'm ready to go do something. I think I'm gonna start running out the park again, yo. Go do a light
yeah,
jog
man.
before I do a workout.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to going to the park. Now that it's getting nicer. Like you mentioned that summer seems like it's busier, and I agree. But it's like I don't know. For me, it's a good kind of busy. Like I actually
Yeah,
look forward to being busier during this time of year. Like last summer, I was really active. I was up. I was going to the park. I was riding my bike. You know, I would even take a walk in the evening, like after my dinner, because the sun's still up. So that's stuff like that. I actually like look forward to. And then this summer, I'm looking forward to like I guess working more, right? Because I just started doing like these Uber Eats delivery gigs. Like I'm gonna have a little more free time in the summertime to stack up some money and save and like knock down a couple bills. Like one of my credit cards, I think I like $1,500 or something like that. I can knock that out in no time. So that's
yeah,
something I'm kind of looking forward to, like being busier on that end as well. Um, but yeah, sun's gonna be up
yeah.
longer,
Trying to,
so
yeah. Yeah, you know what? As long as we got this energy, man, we might as well be busy trying to be productive and knocking some stuff off, just like you're saying, man. Because you know what? We should be starting to plan for next winter right now, man. Because we know what's coming, right? How do we
yep,
prepare for that, B? How do we not fall off again like we did this year, man? How do we like how as, as your accountability partner, me as your accountability partner, you as mine, like how do we prevent this for next year, man? Like for real, how do we should really like come up with something, B.
yeah. I
Because
was wondering about that too. Like
yeah,
how
because
how do you stay motivated? Like especially like during the winter time. There are some mornings you might wake up and it's like really cold and you just want to like you know
yeah,
bury
that's what it be
yourself in your
mainly about.
covers.
Like I don't want to get up under my cover. It's warm under here.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what you about to
yeah,
say?
that's
Go ahead, B.
definitely
I'm
something I
sorry.
want to. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to. I want to do. Like I feel like that. I guess that's like maybe like the next step in my journey. Like how do I master that? How do I master staying focused and motivated during the cold months? Like how do I not allow myself to fall into like a hibernation mode almost? Like
Yeah, for
are there any
real.
techniques like are there any techniques that people employ that allows them to do that? Like do I have to set my alarm earlier than I typically would? Because right now I'm just sort of waking up on my own. I'm not relying on an alarm clock.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it's easier to do that during the summer. So
yeah,
maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe I have to do a little bit of research, or maybe some of you out there, if you want to share your thoughts, hit us up in the comments. What do you do, to keep yourself
for real, man.
motivated when you feel like you're falling off, or how do you stop yourself from going into a hibernation mode? Let us know. Like, help us
Yeah,
be more accountable.
word. You know what, B? That reminds me of one thing we could probably do. Maybe that'd be a real good time to implement that thing you was talking about. How they can make a like an at home sauna in your house. For
Oh
like
yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah.
the lazy hibernator, like yo, go sit in there, man. If you don't do nothing, go sit down in there for a little bit. You know what I mean? If you don't do
True,
nothing
true.
else, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
dope.
Matter of fact, maybe I should put that on my list to get before the end of the summer. It's not super expensive, right? So you know, I sit a little bit of money here on the side. That way once the warm weather month arrive, I mean the cold months arrive, it's already here. We've been utilizing it. Like I'll give some progress reports. Share some of my sauna thoughts. It'll be fun.
B, one thing I never wanted to do, and I guess it kind of goes with, I don't know if this is just me being, I don't know, a little bit of a rebel or whatever, like the little rebel in me, like, but I was always like anti make a New Year's resolution, like, or anything about like anything like that, like, so I didn't want to be part of nothing trending, like, so I never really wanted to be part of the whole culture when it be like, when they be on some, oh, I'm trying to get my summer body. Like, what y'all talking about? I'm trying to do this all year. Like, you shouldn't be if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
even with that feeling, wintertime comes. Even with that feeling and that desire, you know what I mean, to want to keep it up all year. Wintertime coming, I in fact get lazy, bro. I get lazy. Not only that, I eat more. Like I just want to. I want a hot meal. I just want to sit down and eat a hot meal. Like it's the shit is real, bro. I don't want to go outside. It's cold out there. Like and it's so crazy because now it's like summertime coming is the reverse. I just want to drink. Give me something cold. Give me some water. Like, you know what I mean? One plate of food usually pretty good in the summertime, and it's easy too, bro. My appetite is just not the same. You know. Matter of fact, it's kind of making it hard to do what I like to call mindful eating, right? Eating with a purpose, drinking your protein shake, making sure you get in your eggs and stuff like that. Because now it's like I'm in a place where food ain't even really on my mind, so it's like I forget to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel you
know,
on
man.
that one. Like, yeah, especially like during like the winter time, it's easy to pile up on foods, and then like it doesn't help like between like November and January, you got like all the celebration months. I mean, all the
Oh, word! I ain't even consider
holidays.
that, bro.
Like Thanksgiving is a feast, Christmas is a feast. Like go out party on New Year's, so it's like there's always something to celebrate. Like so that makes it a little harder, like to keep that discipline.
Word, word. What's going on, Keyshawn?
Dude, why you messing with me? Get out of here.
um, Hey B, man. So, guys, we don't have, when Hector's not here, man. As you can see, we probably not gonna do from minds to matter. We gotta miss out on that today, and we don't have the will today. But Brian had an interesting topic, so let's go ahead and let's see. Let's give it to us, B.
Was that the what book has changed a long-standing opinion? Right. So, is there anything that you believed for the longest that maybe you read a
A
book or
book that
watched a
changed a
movie or a
long-standing
documentary?
opinion. You know,
That yeah, something that changed your opinion on something that you felt strongly about for a long time, and maybe a piece of work, it was able to touch your mind in a way that allow you to see differently. It doesn't have to be a book. I mean, the question that I came across was about a book, but maybe it's a movie or a documentary or something along those lines that you saw it and it changed your line of thinking.
you know what, B? I think I want to kind of answer the question about the book, because honestly, I haven't gotten into reading until like more recently. Like, you know what I mean? I remember like books from when we were kids. Like, I remember they made us read Maniac McGee, and then like, there was like some fiction books, or fiction book like Goosebumps. There was a few little books I've read, but I was
Yeah,
never really into
like The
books
Great
like
Gatsby
that.
and Of Mice and Men and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was never really into books like that. It just not like it couldn't work my imagination the way I wanted to, man. I, I don't think I was really giving it a chance. But in more recent years, like, I don't know, I've developed this urge to want to read, and it started for me. It started with this. It actually started with a book that I can't say it changed my. It opened my mind. I want to say. So I feel like it opened my mind. I don't know. To me, that's almost like changing an opinion, but it opened my mind, right? I always been fascinated with love, B. You know, B. I got two kids by the time I was 19. I was chasing women early. You know what I mean? And chasing and searching for that love early. And I was doing that without an understanding of love, like a very minute understanding of love. And during the pandemic, like when everything got shut down, it was crazy because I picked up that book from the library right before everything got shut down. It was like the book was meant to stay stuck with me or something, bro. That's how I felt anyway, right? But it was a book called The Five Love Languages, and I wish I remember the author's name right now, but it's a beautiful book, right? And just my fascination about love really led me to it. Honestly, it was simply that. But the book intrigued me so much that I ended up reading it, I think like 3 times before I returned it. You know what I mean? I read it like 3 times, and it just really opened up my mind on the way people go about showing love and the way they like to receive love, and it just like really made some connections for me to like. Now it's like when I talk to people, I think about these things. I think about who they are. I think about like what they might possibly value from what I know of them. Like it just kind of opened my mind to it. You know what I'm saying? And that was a really good book. That's the book I would say like really like did something for me. It was like the first mindset, emotional set changing book for me. Like it was about love, man.
See, I think for me, there was a book I read when I was in college. I was probably like a junior or maybe a senior. But it wasn't one of my school textbooks. It was a book I actually picked up at BJ's because at the time I was still working at BJ's, and every once in a while, I'll just like pass through like the little book section and see like what they got in there. And one of them was like, well, I forgot the name of the book now. It was like how to program your brain, how to reprogram your mind, to be rich, right? So like it focuses on like how to it tries to teach you the psychology of money, and it goes into how like the concept of money is hard for a lot of people because it's kind of an abstract thing. It's something that's relatively new. Like it's probably only a few centuries old. Like for the longest, people have been like hunter gatherers, and like that's not how we were intended to survive. Through currency. So you know
Yeah,
it starts out by teaching you that like a lot of people's brains are not wired to understand how money works, and you know what it can do for you. And then
yeah,
it just teaches you different things, and it ties a lot of different things into it. Like it's not just about like it teaches you about how your health affects your mind. Like the food that you eat, how it affects your thinking, how that can help you in your pursuit to financial freedom. So it touches on your health, touches on like meditation. Um, there's like 12 different chapters, right? But I thought that was a great way, um, not only just like to change your way of thinking towards money, because like one thing like that it talks about in the book is like how people perceive money and how that's important. Like a lot of people, they have a bad relationship with money growing up because like they see their parents struggling with money, um right, and their mind creates like these negative connotations of money. Like so people have this this distrust or hate towards money, and some people love money because like they grew up affluent or whatever like that. And like it basically teaches you to try to disconnect yourself from that and understand that money is meant to be a tool for you to use, right? And you can use it to your advantage. Whatever negative experiences you had in the past can always be changed. So that's one thing that stuck with me. you know you don't have to stay in the situation you're in. Like your perception can shift your reality you can use your will and determination to teach yourself how to get somewhere you want to be. That's one of the things that the book talks about. You know, all of these things are related in a way that you may not think. One of the things that the book talked about was like neuroplasticity, like keeping your mind sharp. Like I don't know if anybody remembers, there was like an app called Lumosity, and basically it's like a bunch of little brain games, like brain teasers, and there's studies that show like that doing these type of things helps your brain stay healthy for longer, and um, it'll slow down like on the onset of dementia and things like that in people. Um, but yeah, the main concept of the book was to teach yourself how to think of money as a tool and how to restructure your life. A lot of people, they wouldn't, they would feel like, oh, what's the point, right? Like, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. But the main thing is to just take action. Like one of the most important things in the book is to take action, whether it's to get your health in check or if it's to learn mindfulness meditation. A lot of these things go hand in hand. Another thing that they talked about was like visualization. Like there was a section in the book that talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali, he used to always like psych himself up by saying, "Oh, I'm the greatest," and nobody can do this, and you can't beat me. I'm too pretty, and things like that. And like that was a psychological thing. That's like one, like yeah, he is like talking himself up, but he's also like there's an intimidation factor on the opponent trying to create that doubt. Well, it's an awesome thing. Like he's basically manifesting. He was manifesting the whole time. Like he was calling himself the greatest before he was even considered the greatest. So
Yeah.
things like that, like resonate with me. It sticks with me.
Yo, you know what's crazy is you say that, and it makes me think about like advertisement, right? Even with some of these big companies, you know, Wendy's started making like French toast sticks not that long ago, and when they came out with it, it was talking about the world's best breakfast or something like that. I'm like, what? And then after I really had the French toast stick, I was really like, what? Like what? World's best, but yo, you gotta claim it first, right? Then you get somebody like me to talk shit to let you know, like, if you want to be the word best, you gotta step it up. But still, you know what I mean? It is like that though. You gotta believe it first, right? That's what they say. So I mean, and yo, to hear that Muhammad Ali used to talk that like that, those are affirmated. Like you know what I mean? Like people call him the world the greatest in the world now, right? But he really was saying that before people were saying that. He was saying that was self talk. You're right, man. I didn't even think about it like that, but that was self talk. Awesome. It was self talk that everybody can hear. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, man. A lot of people are afraid. You know what's crazy? A lot of us are afraid to talk to ourselves like that in our own head, bro. In our own head. Forget talking out. Forget whispering it. Forget saying it. Forget saying it to you, Brian, and you're my accountability partner. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? This dude said it for the world to hear. Like before he even actually he was saying it. You know what I mean? So that's dope. That's dope, man. That's really how you call it. That's how you call it. He's a perfect example, I guess, huh?
Yeah, yeah, he really is. Like there's a lot of power in that. Because in a way he's making the world his accountability partner, right? Like
Yeah.
he's shouting it loud enough for everyone to hear it. And when you're in that type of sport, when you're on TV, when you have all eyes on you, like that pressure is going to come, right? You said you're the greatest. Now you got to prove it. And then people are going to be waiting to see if he can prove it. And they're going to remind him of what he said. But, oh, remember you said this, or remember you said that. Oh, I thought you were the greatest. That's a challenge he put out to himself in a way to become the
Knowing what
greatest.
people are gonna say. Yeah.
So that's definitely a powerful thing.
Yeah, man. Be a lot of things you was touching on, man. It's crazy because I feel like when you go find those psychology books, those self-help books, those those things that are geared towards self-growth, like they do speak a lot of the same things. Like a lot of things you just said about that book. I never read that book, but I listened to a lot of like Bob Proctor, You Were Born Rich. I like the seminar. I actually started listening to the book too, but the seminar is I don't know. You get to actually hear and see Bob Proctor. His energy. You got to kind of feel it and gain an understanding from him. So I really do enjoy the seminars. But anyway, a lot of the things you were saying, he actually touched on those same topics in that seminar. You know what I mean? Maybe he went about it in a different manner, but it's like I've heard all of those things before, and I kind of believe them to be true, bro. It's like everything is connected. Your health, your mental health, your physical health is connected to your mental health, is connected to your spiritual health. You know what I'm saying? And if one of them off, if one of them are off, it will affect the others. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I believe. Sometimes I believe. I do believe you could have a sick body, right? But I feel like you can combat that sickness of your body with your spirit and your mind by saying like, yo, I'm not gonna let this beat me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna claim this to be the death of me. Like, I feel like that is a true thing. I haven't experienced it for myself, but I've heard people who've battled cancer, who's battled. I think I've heard of a book of a woman who laughed her way out of cancer and sharing funny stories with other people that was going through cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do these things. I do believe, man, and I do believe, I do believe like I need to get better at like this of understanding all of this, because it's only through all of this that I can perform anything that's close to like holistic healing, right? Because healing the whole person is mind, body, and soul, right? That's what I would assume. But
Mm-hmm.
when you feel like you got a sickness, when we feel like we have a sickness in our body, and our idea of a solution is to go get something that's gonna just treat the body, the pain that the body's going through. Yo, we're not thinking about what that's doing to our spirit, and we're not thinking about and what's that doing to our mental, right? And then on top of that, we're not thinking about the delayed effect it's gonna do to our body. We just want it like this is the effect we're having now. We want it gone now. We'll worry about the rest later. We'll get the pill for the side effects later. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But holistic healing would have to be you learning a little bit of mindful meditation. It would be you taking care of your body and your mind a little more. You know what I mean? Taking that time to like learn to not to respond and not react in every situation. Because when you're reacting to everything, think about it. We're raising our stress levels. You're raising your stress. It's something you feel inside. You know what I mean? You're raising that. If you're raising your stress levels inside, what is that doing to your mental? What is that doing to your spirit, your spiritual energy? You're gonna become this person who's jumpy, this person that's always on edge. You know what I mean? This person that always like their feelings is always heightened somewhere. You know what I mean? So I really do
Mm-hmm.
believe like that all of that, and it's crazy. I think it's just crazy how all those books they all connect. It's just which one resonates with you, and what words
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
resonate.
Yep. Because I have seen other books that bring up a lot of the same topics too. So it's like, to me, like the fact that they're all saying the same thing means that a lot of it must be true, right? Like, even talks about like, when you're working out, you're releasing endorphins, right? So like, that's helping you as well. Like, you release the endorphins, it makes you feel better, like in general. So like a person
Yeah,
who like, who works out frequently, like, I guess they're less likely to feel down, because they get that they get the release of endorphins, as opposed to someone who's watching TV all the time. They're taking in all these theta waves, and um,
Yep. Think about this, right, Brian? The horse stance, right? And
mhm.
this is something me and you used to do. The horse stance. It's something you do physically, right? You have to stand in this position, almost like in a squat position. You have to sit there and hold it, right? And as human beings, we're going to think about the pain we're going to feel from having to sit and hold that. That's going to be the main thing, how our muscles are feeling and stuff like that. What we're not realizing is spiritually, you're building up spirit. Your spirit now you can you're building up this thing. What do you call it? Not discipline. You're building up like fortitude. Like you'll be able to endure. You're building up endurance. You know what I mean, for hard times. If you can endure this physical pain, when some other stuff come that maybe it won't be coming in physical pain, but when some other stuff come, you know how to endure. Your spirit is built. You built your spirit up a little bit to withstand some stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's really all connected, man. And I mean, the martial artist understands this. You know what I mean? Now, some of these martial artists understand is like, I'm not just training your body, I'm training your spirit. I'm training your mind. You know what I mean? Because just to meditate, to sit still, you can't tell me that's not a mind thing. Like, you know how hard I'm an antsy guy. You know how hard it is for me to sit still, bro. Tell me I ain't raising something in my mental when I get to sit still. You know what I mean? It's all connected, man.
Yeah, sit there and focus on breathing, right? And there's different types of meditation you do, mindfulness meditation. Like, you're supposed to like envision yourself maybe in a warm climate, in a cool climate, like, or just like try not to think about anything, right? Like, or when you do have a thought, you acknowledge the thought, you take it in, and then you let it out. Like, so
Yeah.
there's different ways of going about that, and
Jesus Christ, Brian.
having
You
that.
know a few little practices that I didn't even know you knew anything about those things, B.
Yeah, I hear stuff here and
I
there.
need you to stop screaming. Man.
But yeah, what else? It'll come back to me. Well, yeah, like, a lot of them do have that, have that in common, where like they talk about the importance of, you know, keeping yourself in good health, good mental health, physical health, and your spiritual health. Whatever, whether it be a religious practice or just like, meditation, making sure that you tend to your spirit in some way is also important. So you're not supposed to neglect. You're supposed to keep yourself balanced.
you,
And
you,
that.
you, you know what, B? I never thought of this as a spiritual exercise, but you know what? A good spiritual exercise might just be telling yourself no on something that you usually like you have regularly, something you don't even think about telling yourself no. Can you resist it? Because if you can resist if we can resist something we crave all the time, or something we don't usually see ourselves staying away from, you're building up something in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mm-hmm.
building up something in your spirit just by telling yourself no. You know what I mean? And actually stick when you can stick to something, because even though nobody told you you had to stick to it, like, you know what I mean? You're building up something in your spirit. You're building up character. You know what I'm saying? When you can, if you said I'm not gonna do this no more, and you stop doing it, like nobody told you to do
Yeah.
it, that, you know what I mean? That's some shit, bro. That's some shit, yo. And
Yeah, no doubt. Like, holding yourself to like a strict code. Like, it doesn't even have to be like a diet or anything, but maybe it's just like a habit that you want to kick, or or curb. Not necessarily get rid of altogether, but just something that you want to see if you are capable of, cutting down on or changing. Because you feel like it could benefit you in the long run. Like, I play video games. Like, can I ignore my PlayStation on weekdays and only play it on Saturday and Sunday? Maybe, you know.
willpower, bro.
Or yeah, so like doing things like that, I think is a beneficial to the spirit. I think that's why people, people participate in like Lent or Ramadan, right? Like, you're fasting, or during Lent you're giving up something for 40 days. That's like a sacrifice that you're giving to show your love for God. Um, you know, and a lot of people, like, they go through it, and like they feel so much better for it, right? Like, some people, maybe they haven't partook in the past, and they decide to do it now, and they actually go through the 40 days, and maybe they don't pick it back up, or like they have a greater appreciation for it because they were able to hold off for that amount of time. They feel better about themselves, like they didn't think they could actually do that, right? So like
Yeah.
that's something that shouldn't be overlooked. And whatever it
Yeah.
is, or maybe you want to pick up something, do something new, learn something, challenge yourself to do a new thing. Like, maybe it's not something that you're dropping, but it's something that you're picking up. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. And I 100% agree, B. And you know what? Speaking of the whole Ramadan thing, man, like, yo, we had something like that forced on us this month. The month of May. Like, you know what I mean? I came home, the internet was off. Paid it, long story short, paid the internet bill. Then the power went out. You know what I mean? The power went out. And that is unusual out here that's unusual in this house. Like, I don't know when's the last time we went without Wi-Fi or electricity, right? But
yeah,
I
a
can't
long
say
time
that I
ago.
was upset. Yeah. Yeah, but I cannot say I was upset with the break, yo. It was like the first time in a long time the whole house was quiet by like freaking 9:30, bro. The whole house was quiet. Like, everybody was asleep. I got a good night's sleep that night. Like, it was like a break that came that I didn't even realize would feel so good. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't as like, whereas like I haven't thought about life without electricity, because that just shit just don't happen. Like, you know what I mean? But after it happened, it's like, yo, that wasn't wasn't so bad, man. You know what I mean? Maybe I should go start hitting the damn breaker every night. Boom.
Yeah.
Shut it down, man.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's something we could do without. For like, it's not something I would want to go without for like a whole week or anything, though, because
Yeah.
it does teach you to appreciate small things. Like not having light,
Word, man.
or like to start the oven, the stove. We had to use a lighter, like a little torch light. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't have the little clicking function. You know, yeah, just like little minor things like that. You can't use the bathroom and when the whole house is pitch black. I mean, you can, but
Man.
yeah,
Because even though,
but that did let me
we get to
know.
laugh about it, man.
Yeah, that did let me know that like we could be a little bit more prepared too, right? Because we didn't really have no candles or like lanterns or anything like to give us light. I mean, I guess we had our smartphone has a little light on the back, but aside
For
from that,
real.
like we didn't have like some of these other like small resources that could let us get through the night a little bit easier. So something to consider.
Yeah.
Say a storm knocks out our power, you know, we have a few candles we could just go grab, light them, keep the house lit for the evening, or maybe a little backup generator. Put someone together, get a little backup generator to give us a little bit of electricity for that duration or something like that.
I don't even know if I
Even
would
I
want to
mean we
trade the
got
electricity for the noise them generators be making, man.
true. Yeah, I mean we got canned goods, right? So at least we wouldn't have starved.
Word. Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, man. You know what? Like I said, this is a unique day today. We don't have our third host here, but we're gonna just go ahead and wrap this up early, man. We just gonna go ahead and wrap it up early, man. So for all of y'all who came through and let us borrow your time, catch Brian Francis Frankie Francis, Hector Rivera. Next time on PC on Mind. All right. One love, guys.
Oh, before we go, if you're watching this, leave a comment. What's a book that changed your perspective on things, or was there a long-standing hard opinion that you held that was changed by a book or a different work of uh, art, or like a movie or documentary? Let us know. Like we'd like to read it and give our feedback. We would like to
Bro, right here
see,
on the
like,
podcast.
yeah, that would be very interesting. Like, definitely share, please.
All right. Love you guys. Easy.
All right. Peace.